I'm Captain Andrea.
And I'm Commander Matthew.
And we are back with another Trekback Tuesday.
That's right, this is the toy review show that scours time and space and all mirror universes for everything Trek-related, action figure, and perhaps more. And today, we have a very interesting figure from a Star Trek franchise that doesn't really get a lot of love.
Really? Pray tell, what do we have?
We have from Diamond Select their Star Trek figures, but this is based on the Kelvin universe.
Ooh, Kelvin universe.
That's right, also known as the Lens Flare universe.
Yes. Yes, it is.
So many lens flares in that universe. It's quite the anomaly. So, yeah, those particular movies don't really get a lot of merchandise.
No, they did originally, but then the love for them kind of
It really did.
pooped out.
Yeah, like in the very first movie, they had a lot of stuff. They actually had a pretty expansive toy line.
Great stuff.
They had, I wouldn't call their toys great,
Well,
unfortunately.
no, but I meant in terms
otherwise,
of what was available.
Yeah.
They had a great variety.
So there was a lot of variety of merch because it was a big deal at the time. But in terms of action figures, Playmates did a line, and it was a real stinker. You could find those up until Toys R Us went out of business, still on clearance, in fact.
You could, yeah.
Very bad line. So finally, Diamond Select came along basically towards the end of last year and showed these off out of nowhere.
Yeah, I know. I love when Diamond does that.
Yeah, and so we have now here today from Diamond Select their Captain Kirk, which is with the Chris Pine version.
Chris Pine was a dreamy Kirk.
He is.
He's
So
a good Kirk.
So this line, as of now, it only has 2 figures, and we're going to be looking at them both. But again, we're starting off today with their Captain Kirk. And
I have not seen it yet.
No.
I've just seen the back of the box and the side.
So yeah, I'll just talk really quickly about the box because I want to show Andrea what it looks like. So the box is, again, standard Diamond Select box, which is very large. Collector unfriendly in that once you open it, you're not getting it back in there. It is a very large packaging, but thank goodness we are loose collectors.
Yes.
So we're going to open this thing up. And now, Andrea, you're going to get to take a look at what it looks
Wait,
like.
hold on a second. Just looking real quick. The back of the box is actually really nice. It's very clean and crisp, and I kind of dig it. You know, we'll show you that in a second because I'm going to take a look at this and probably squeal a little. But I really like how kind of sleek it looks. You know, I mean, yeah, the box itself I can tell is collector unfriendly, but it looks nice. You know, they did a good job on that. So let me see it.
Here we go.
My eyes are closed. Tell me when I can actually
You can
look.
go ahead and open because here is Captain Kirk.
Huh.
I think
You guys can see the back.
Yeah, so there's, well, while she looks at the front, there's the back, you guys, so you can see. So there's a description, it comes with a little bio, and it also mentions, interestingly enough, on the back that this was sculpted by Gentle Giant Studios. Now, for those who've been following toy news, know that Diamond actually bought Gentle Giant.
Yes.
So they're going to be doing now a lot of Star Wars stuff, which also makes me wonder, will Star Trek continue in any capacity beyond this now that they got Star Wars in their hands?
That's a good point.
So that's a question we'll have to answer on a future date. But yeah, for now, we have at least these 2 new Star Trek figures, and let's just be happy about that.
Huh.
I think we should go ahead and open them up.
You
and
should.
You can gush out of a package.
Well, I'm not really feeling gushy. But at first glance, you want to know what my first impression... I got to tell you what my first impression was.
I'm going to open them while you can do that.
Okay, my first impression, to be honest, was, oh, Chris Pike. It was the
Chris
angle.
Pine, you mean, or?
No, Chris Pike. Captain Pike.
Yeah, do you mean Anson Mount from Discovery Pike? Or do
No,
you mean
I
original...
don't even know. I think I was going with original more than Anson, but it's just it was the angle it was at and the way his hair is. His hair's lighter than it should be, to be honest. It's a good looking figure. I like it. But it's not making me go, ooh, I need to have it.
Yeah, at my first glance, I would say that the Pine likeness is good, but there's some... It's not perfect, and we'll talk about that as we take it out.
I have seen other figures from other companies that have done Chris Pine, and that sounds good. And to be honest, I think there are some that have captured his likeness a little bit better. It's still a very good likeness.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's missing a little something.
So now here's the back of the box as well, just so you can see what we have to deal with and what you will have to deal with if you buy this. So there are a few, well, really just one twisty tie, but then there's a bunch of different tags that are attaching. So his 2 guns have these tags, and his legs have tags. So we'll have to cut those out. So
Okay,
Andrew, if you want to work on that.
Yeah.
And so this also came with a little pamphlet that shows some of the other Star Trek licensed toys. So on this side, you see a lot of the props, like the phaser. There's a communicator and a tricorder. And then on the other side here, we have a look at some of the action figures as well as some of the ships, which we actually have reviewed the original Enterprise and the Enterprise A. So you guys can check out those videos.
Yeah,
we really enjoyed them.
And again, you can see, we've talked about this in other videos, they have the streamlined logo You know, that whole vibe.
So basically, a lot of people have been wondering about what the deal is with Trek toys these days, and yeah, they now are following a pretty uniform design on their packaging. And this is what you see here. So
in every company that has a Star Trek license has to follow this.
So yeah, so that includes, we saw it when we did the McFarlane toys. It had this type of look on the packaging. The Diamond Select ships had it. Mego has this now. So everybody's using this look now entirely. Ooh. And it's basically a mandate from the folks over at CBS. So, yeah. Who knew? So the base has the Deadpool logo on it.
Yeah, I know. What's up with that?
I guess it's supposed to be at the transporter floor. That's my theory. And so he would stand on this and get beamed up. That's what I believe this is supposed to be, but don't quote me on that. I'm not, I know the movies, but I don't know them that well that I can identify what this little thing is here.
Yeah, I don't recognize that, and I think Deadpool too.
So if we have now freed Kirk from his plastic tomb.
And he doesn't seem to want to stay. Oh, you gotta adjust the foot.
Yeah, I was getting to that. I just wanted to see how, it's a weird stand, because it's not, there's no pegs, nothing to put his foot on, and it's not flat. It's actually kind of a little bit of texture, so you have to really get his feet in the right spots, or else it's just going to be a little awkward. Like that. That looks very awkward.
It's all awkward, though. So I'm also checking out his face still.
Yeah, why don't you take a look at the face? So I think, in my opinion, the Chris, and we'll show you in a second, you have to bear with us, since it's the first time looking at it out of the box. I think that the Chris Pine is overall good, but it's like some angles look better than others.
Paint job's a little messy, in all honesty. But one thing I can't tell, and this is actually kind of a cool thing, he looks a little battle damaged. And I can't tell if that's supposed to be how he looks, but if you look right over here, we'll show you guys in a second. If you look at the nose has some red stuff around it, and it looks as though it could be kind of funky, but if you notice over on the shoulder, over there, the paint's a little off over here.
No, I think that's just texturing. I think that's just edge highlighting on his nose.
Okay, because I kind of like it. It looks as though, he got a little damaged, or he was up drinking a little too much.
Yeah, no, I think that's actually just kind of the highlight on his nose. I think that's
it's
all
a little
really
weird,
is.
But it looks as though he could have gotten his face punched. And since it's Kirk, it's highly possible he got his face punched.
Yeah. But yeah, I think overall I do like the face.
Oh yeah, I like it too. It looks almost, I think the reason why I thought, Commander Pike, Captain Pike, was that it just has it's almost like a younger version of Chris Pine.
Well, I have to keep in mind, this is probably first movie, I'd imagine.
Well, yeah, I'm thinking about what he looked like back then.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, I feel like they made him look younger.
Maybe. Diamond does have they do a good job of actually smoothing out faces, I think, with all their sculpts.
And that might be it too. It's a weird, it's a mild disconnect. It still looks good. Don't get me wrong, I like it. It's decent in terms of its thing. I feel like I've seen stuff that's a little bit more accurate at capturing his essence. Again, it could just be because the face is pretty neutral.
Yeah, it's a neutral face.
Chris Pine is a very expressive guy, especially as Kirk. I felt he did some great mugging. He did some great mugging for the camera.
Now, this Captain Kirk figure here has 22 points of articulation, so he's very well articulated.
Which is very nice, and it is what I want in my figures, yeah.
So we have a rotating head. We've got the shoulders that go up and down and can do all sorts of things. And it's very stiff out of the box.
Extremely stiff.
This joint in particular, in fact, there we go. So
yay!
Victory for Kirk. We have bicep swivel, elbow joints.
Now he's showing off.
The wrists do move, and the wrists will come out because he has a pair of swappable hands, which we'll show you.
I'm just going to hold him up for a second because, see, we got hands.
Yes. They're not maracas, they're hands.
No, maracas would be like... Anyway, moving on.
He's got upper torso that twists, and his lower torso, let's see, that looks like it's supposed to.
No, his legs bend.
Oh, no, I'm trying to get his lower waist to bend, but it's not twisting, so that might not work. But he can do a split.
Lower waist? Who has a lower waist?
The lower waist, because it's upper waist.
You mean the chest?
Yeah, bingo. Meanwhile, you're busy over there talking like that, but hello, Kirk's just doing a headstand.
He's doing a spit. Ooh, look at that. Okay, I'm just going to say it. Star Trek would have been a hell of a lot more popular back in the day if Kirk could have done that.
If only. So in addition to the split, he does have, of course, up and down. It's a very great articulation. You can rotate the thighs, knees bend, the feet bend, and the boots, looks like those do not articulate, but that's where I guess that thigh swivel comes into play.
Woohoo! That swivel.
Yeah, so overall,
I love my swivelly thighs.
And Kirk comes with a whole mess of accessories.
I know, these are kind of crazy. Let's start with the easy ones, which are the hands.
So yeah, if I will pop out the hands, because he has two different types here.
Okay, yeah, you got to do that, because I always stink at those. Besides, I'm the captain. Why should I do it when my commander can do it?
My hands! My hands!
Okay, let's see actually if someone
You
is.
should try it. Yeah, you
Yeah,
should.
I'm terrible at these normally, so. Ooh, looks like
So,
that it. Oh, it's
these hands look like they're made. I've got a right hand that looks like it can hold a phaser, and a left hand that could probably hold something else. Like well, in that case, I'll show you something else.
Oh. Hold on. Why? Why? Why?
This looks very like he's an Italian chef to me.
I don't know. I feel like I've seen Shatner do stuff like that before.
I wouldn't put it past Shatner. To do
Exactly,
something like
it's
this,
Shatner. So, but no, okay, so that went in fairly easy, which is nice because honestly, I've had so many problems when it's when trying to replace hands and heads on other figures. So, yay!
And all right, so in fact, I'll show you one of his weapons now. So he comes with 3 different types of phasers. Here's one of them. Now, unfortunately, I don't know what the names of these are, but they're different types of phaser weapons. So here's one. Which is very sharp. It's got a very sharp point on it.
We're gonna talk about that in just a second.
So here's one of his phasers, and I like the detailing on this as well. It's a pretty nice sculpt. So we have now a larger phaser, which I don't know if it's gonna fit into this hand. I don't think it. No, I think that one actually won't.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to pop out a hand. Let's pop out a hand. And again, that's really, really easy to pop out.
Yeah. And actually, the ones that we used to just replace it was a little loose, not like in a bad way.
Let's see. Actually, I'm not even sure how to get this one in. I'm going to try maybe this hand instead. And you want to show what else they have?
Okay, so we also have the itty bitty phaser. I like this one. This one's really cute. And this one's gonna be a little harder to see, but we have a communicator and not 100% sure what the other one is.
It's like we think it could be a tricorder, but we're really not entirely sure on it.
Yeah. Oh, it's a little translucent though, and I like they're both translucent. And I kind of like that.
Neat. I mean, it's not accurate at all, but it's kind of neat.
Accuracy. One thing I do want to talk about very quickly, because you can see this looks really cool. Every single phaser is really sharp. Like
yeah, the tips are very pointy.
It's not that they're very pointy; they are sharp. I didn't know this when I was taking them off. These were covered with tape, so I'm trying to take it off, and the way you pop, I was popping it in a normal way. I'm sure plenty of you have done it too. And this thing just you could hurt a person with this.
Yeah, they are very pointy.
But yeah, so let's talk about that for a second.
So here's his other phaser rifle that he comes with, also very cool looking, and then finally the normal size phaser.
Normal. Oh, it's so cute comparatively.
Yeah, compared to the rest. There we go. Everything fits in pretty well overall. Yeah. And it looks good on him. I like that little phaser in his hand. Let's get him to stand up.
Yeah. So I'm looking at it, and again, paint job on this is really good, but the back definitely does have a little bit of
Let's show you guys
a few little areas that are just eh.
Each one they all have this kind of unique dry brush look to them that kind of has you can see the highlights pop from that. Each one's going to look different basically because that technique that they're using to paint it up. So you'll get inconsistencies because of that. So I don't really dock diamond points when they do that usually.
No, I'm not docking. It's more of a noticing.
Yeah. So some people might like flatter colors or they might like their paint applied differently.
I mean, we're reviewing a toy, so I feel like it's something that we should talk about.
Yeah.
Just because, we don't know what you guys like, so.
This is basically how Diamond does their painting.
Yeah, and I think they do a really good job. And like I said, if I was going to take any points off on paint job, it was the fact that on the face and around the hairline, it's a little funky.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's a really good job. Finally, we have these.
So yeah, we have these little guys here. So these two things are energy blasts.
Looks as though
yes, they go to the guns.
Nice.
So yeah, in fact, let's try. I think that's probably for this one. So that might be why they're so darn sharp.
It may be, but still really sharp.
There you go.
Oh, that's cute. As it slowly dips.
I mean, I don't think this is actually. It shouldn't really go with this gun. We'll try a larger gun.
I was gonna say. I mean, I I have so many bad thoughts in my head right now.
I don't think I. Yeah, there we go. This one's okay. This is actually the
there
perfect
we go.
fit. This is the one it's supposed to be on.
It's the perfect fit.
Well, for Kirk, he'll make anything fit.
Yeah, damn true. When we're talking about Kirk, it's Kirk who wins.
Yeah. So there he is, the gun, which looks really cool actually just on its own.
Actually, like that, it looks good. I like that.
But then this is the just slide it on in, right, Kirk, and perfect fit. That's how it's actually supposed to be.
That's what he said. Except for the part where it just then fell out.
There we go. Now it's fine.
Ooh, that looks good.
That looks really cool, right?
And actually, the posing, it's hard to show because we're showing that, but from behind it looks like look at the profile.
Yeah,
on this side,
it looks really good.
Really good.
And here is the other one as well. So you can see that next to him.
That looks. Dang.
This one's a little bit harder to get on him, but it does get on his. I can't not talk about Kirk and sound dirty because it's Kirk. I mean.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, you can't help it. I have the mind of a 6th grader.
So yeah, I'm just gonna leave him like this. I think because I think that just looks good.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's a really. I think it's a pretty good Kirk figure, and we're not gonna get a lot of Chris Pine Kirk merchandise.
No,
ever.
At this point, no.
Especially with the fact that there probably is not going to be a 4th movie.
Especially with the fact that they didn't sign him. What's up with that?
Yeah, so
Really?
it's pretty much a dead universe at this point.
Yeah.
But so at least we're getting some merchandise, and it looks really good. This is a pretty good Kirk. So
Yeah.
if you are a fan of this line, the Kelvin timeline, I think it's worth getting. And if you're a Star Trek fan,
I think it's worth it.
yeah, I'd still recommend getting it just because we always want more Trek toys, and I'd like to see them, especially Diamond, do more of the Kelvin timeline.
I would too. I mean, there was for what it's worth. I mean, I know there was a lot of inconsistencies, a lot of problems, but I thought that they did a really good job, and they were trying their hardest. At least for the people on the crew, for the crew people, I thought they did a bang-up job on that. They picked the right actors. Like,
there's a lot of good and there's a lot of bad.
oh yeah, but I want to see the actors get some love. You
Yeah.
know, because a few of them took this job not just because they wanted, but because they knew they'd get an action figure. Simon Pegg, you wanted your action figure. I don't blame you. I wanted to.
All right, so that's our look at Diamond Select's Captain Kirk, Chris Pine edition, if you will. Mm-hmm. Yeah. A lot of cool accessories and awesome hands. Really good value. I think this is a really great figure. I mean, Diamond does. They've done Trek toys forever with Art Asylum, then eventually into Diamond Select.
They always do some great work.
They've done some great stuff. Some have been better than others, but overall they do really really solid work.
Yeah.
And this isn't one. I don't think you should pass up on it. Even if you don't really like the Kelvin timeline that much, I still think it's actually a really cool addition to a Trek collection.
Yeah, if you're a Trek collector, I definitely think it's worth it.
So there you go, folks. That's Diamond Select's Captain Kirk. I'm Commander Matthew.
I'm Captain Andrea.
We'll see you guys next time with another Trekback Tuesday, where we continue to look at all the merchandise from all the Star Treks. See you next time. Live long and buy toys.